What up, y'all? It's Lone Beardo here with a bit of a review of my logic for first stream that I've created here on Dreams PS4 here. Went pretty simple. The community jam was really the inspiration. For this week it was whatever, however long they run. It was the arcade challenge. So I was thinking something simple, high score, easy to pick up, fun to replay, and I combined all of that into one of my favorite games ever, Plinko, and then put my own little twist on it. So as you can see, I actually started here with you can see Plinko, Plinko. That was, it's actually what I called it, was the Plinko board. And I was actually going to run with Plinko too, because, I mean, you know, it's just my favorite thing. But as it was being developed, as you can see here, it's obviously not a Plinko board. A Plinko board would have small pins, big disc. It's obviously not a disc. That is a ball. Promise. And, you know, when it rolls down there, it is not sliding like a disc. It is not a disc. This is not Plinko. So, that is where I came up with the term drop ball. Point of the game, come over here, drop the ball, get you some points, hit some bumpers along the way, and check it out. Into the scoring pockets. Nice and easy, right? Nice and easy. Yeah, I mean, my main goal of putting this video up is to really get some feedback on the logic here. If there is things that you guys would know that would be beneficial to the board here to make it easier to flow better, please just throw it at me. That's really my goal here. As you can see, for the bumpers, easy little trigger zone here. Trigger zone will blow up the force applier. So I made the trigger zone smaller, so obviously it gets in closer, and then you can see on the force applier what we did. What we did was give it a 64%. So we're not at 100%, which would, you know, the 100% would make that basically a solid ball. So the second it touches it, you know, it really would bounce out. My goal was to get it inside that giant ball. So the trigger triggers inside of here, and then it blasts it out with the force applier, right? So it gets in here, force applier triggers, boom, force is shot out at a, you know, radial explosion from the microchip there. And, you know, sends it out, sends the pulse, blah, 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 you know, you see what happens. There's a little variation within each of the little bouncers. For example, the top yellow ones here have a smaller radius on the explosion. The force is not as strong. Pull up this other guy. So you can see on the lower paddles here, we have a 91 down here, whereas these guys up here only had a 64 force. Reason being, when I first set this up, it hit these top bumpers, and it would just shoot way back up here, you know, and it would hang out, come back down, shoot right back up there. So now when it comes down, it's nice and easy. It hits these top bumpers, and it just has a smaller bounce, so it comes down. See, when the smaller one, shoot it back up, that's what happens. You know, we're trying to get points here, so it's all good. It those extra bumpers, right? Obviously, as it gets to the side and the bottom, it shoots all the way down there. One other thing to note is the gray bumpers here give it a, check this out, same idea as far as the force, but the score minus 25, right? Simple little thing, variation on there, it varies the score, and yeah, just adds a little extra in there. You know, that was a lot of the fun to me. Was, you know, the board making was easy, setting up some basics was easy as far as bouncing around and everything, but to dial it in and add in the extra little intricacies of the minus points down here, the smaller bounces up here, the sounds, right, adding all of those in after the main board was done, that's really, you know, that's the fun part, personally. And then, you know, trying to figure out, so, hey, we come down here, when I had it at first, we come down here, the zone, here, check this out. So the zone here that acts as the score modifier here, or sorry, that triggers the score modifier. This, before, what would happen was I would have the ball come all the way down, it would sit down in here, and then it would bounce up and down, or it'd bounce around down in here. And what happens is the score would add, you know, 2 or 3 times. So, you know, it's like, oh, how do we figure that out? And it's like, all right, so we have our zone here. What do we need it to do, right? We just need it to hit once and then disappear. So, you know, in my layman's brain, I was like, what can we do to make it disappear? How? Check this out. Oh, extra zone here, right at the bottom. And the only thing this zone does is kills that ball. That's all. So logic being, comes down, bounce, 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 get your points, boom, done. Right? So, that's a basic overlay of the actual game there, how it works. You can see one other thing here. Yeah, each one painstakingly done. The copy mechanic is amazing on this. How you can, you know, take one of these, do a copy, and then add copies to send them down. You know, that's basically how all of this was made. And then just editing the microchips and you know, copying each one over. And each one was having to be added over here and then added up here, so I add this node, so I can just bring them all, add them here, and then I move the node over, and basically, you know, the node comes down here, sends the variable modifier to the final score variable. And then you'll see I have 2 timers here. Watch. So watch this as it happens. So you're gonna see the timer spin through, activate twice. Right? The reason that is so it comes in, right? The first time comes in, it sets this. You know, this starts off, right? This starts off. The trigger from the zone, or sorry, this from the actual, when this zone is here, sends points over. Also activates, so this, you know, sorry, gets in the zone. This node controls the modifier here to change this to the number that it goes through. Right, so we have each of the bouncers gives them the point, boom, 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 adds up the total. Then this variable modifier right here adds on whatever zone is here. So you know you get 340 up here, you go into the 500, this turns into 840. But the problem was, how do I send it to the final score? Like, how do I get, that changes it to this, but how do I get it to actually activate and add to this? So that's what I came up right here. Basically, when the ball goes into the trigger zone, that trigger zone will turn the variable modifier to the actual number that's needed, and then this turns it off, this turns it back on, because when the power is turned on, it updates the final score. Does that make sense? Didn't make sense as I was saying it, so I hope it made sense. I'm horrible with explaining these things. That's why I'm hoping I can get some feedback as far as like, hey, buddy, let's do this instead, because this is the smart way to do this. Anyways, all that comes through the, final score, which is stored up here, is turned to, wait, where'd I put my, was it down there? Yeah, it was down there, dummy. Yeah, so that variable modifier turns the final score into the final score. And then a couple other things happen. This is our number display right here. This is which controls our wait, what does this control? Oh, main score here. I wish I knew my own stuff better. Anyways, this is how we do stuff. Honestly, I get in it and I'm stuck in it for 3-4 days. 4 hours a day. Can't even think about anything else. Stuck in it, and I don't even know where I go while I make it. When I come back and I'm look at this, I'm like, wow, that's good. I don't even know. I don't know. Can't explain it. So a couple other things. We got the cam selector here, which is personally pretty impressive for me. As you can see, it has a selector. So there's a few different triggers for the selector. The ball is the tag which triggers each of the zones which moves the camera. Alright, so basically ball comes down, watch, you can watch it slide through. Ready? Watch it, boom, right? Activated, first camera, second camera, sorry, start that over. Right, so it sits as first camera. That's where you can move it back and forth. And then you push your go button, which is going to be square when you actually play the game. Takes away the ball. Second camera's going down, and then watch when it gets down towards the past second to last row. Watch, boom, switches over, so you can see which box it goes through for your score. And then the transition from that one down here starts a different transition to get you, depending on your score. If you're higher than this, then it goes here. If you're less than this, it goes here, and tells you which camera to go to. So you can see if you get a nice score, it goes to a nice. If you get to a not so nice score, it has a different message for you. So that's cam select. That was some logic I was pretty happy about. Then you can see the transition of the cameras also starts different things like timers, which will pull stowaways. Basically what happens here is these are the last shots of when you're playing. You're gonna come right here, or right here, and depending on your score, and then that starts a timer, which will give you, like, pow, here's, less than this, more than this. Once that transition comes up here, this starts so, you get your points down here, transitions up here, swoop, and then once you get right here, it starts a timer of, you know, I think I got a 5-second timer. Starts a 5-second timer, which you can see already ran through because the levels already ran through. Starts a 5-second timer. You see your score, sit there for 5 seconds, and transitions to the doorway. That's the main board. It's pretty much the breakdown of that guy there. Yeah, if you see anything, please. I'm really looking for feedback. I want to make this better. If I can. If it's beyond repair, just let me know. It's fine. I'm gonna have a look at all my Plinko stuff. Oh, you can't see stuff over there. Spoilers, bro. Spoilers. Can also see the my play again screen here. It's a simple boom, play again. This logic right here was based on a video done by Lady Lex. You can see her on YouTube. Definitely check her out. I think she's like Lady Lex UK. Great breakdown of a screen. And sorry, a start screen or end screen where you want to do a selection between two things, and then use your button input to transition to a doorway. Great breakdown of that. You can see it's essentially just a keyframe, which is activated by the selector being in a certain place, and the selector is changed by your output from the controller using a controller sensor. Super easy. Move it here, and then we use an AND gate to confirm that the selector is in a certain place, and the X button is confirmed, which uses the AND to activate the quit screen. You know, each one is easy too. It's really super cake, right? The logic is simple. Think about this. Put the button in a certain place. Use the whatever you feel is appropriate to identify the selection that you're on, and push X to confirm it. And then each one you want that AND gate to do something. So you're going to make it go to the quit doorway or the start again doorway. And then I mean, I was trying to figure out how am I going to take them back to the beginning screen, because I'm using a modifier, a variable, excuse me, I'm using a variable to control the score, and I need to have it persist in the dream from each scene. So how can I reset that thing? And I mean, at first when I was thinking about it, I was like, gosh, it's so hard, but it's cake. It's easy, right? As these AND gates are confirmed, so as you pick, you want to go play or don't play, boom. End score, or sorry, this is where you post it. Variable modifier. What are we modifying? Final score. What are we doing? We're going to set it to 0. Cake. Absolute cake. It was crazy once I thought of it. Like, wow, dude, it's so easy. It's so easy. It's all connections. Look at this mess over here. Look at all of this. It's like a spider web. So this was basically my camera selector, which again is fun to me. I really like the I'm a math guy. You know, I know that's not a big thing nowadays anymore, but I think it's cooler to be bad or hate math. But I love math, and it's how my brain runs very, very mathematically and logically. So essentially what you're seeing here is the input is coming in from the... What? Oh, that's just the node. I don't even know my own stuff, I promise. So the input's coming in. Once you make the node, the input's coming in if you want to connect something to it. We don't really need to do that, so we didn't. The final score, which is pulled from the last screen when you come over, comes over here to our node. This node gets to carry the number. It's basically just a checker. It's going to go through and find out what the number is, and then base the camera. Sorry, use an AND gate to confirm it's between two numbers. Look at that. 55 and 4,000. So basically it runs through, and it runs through all of these. So is it positive, is it higher or lower than any of these. Easy. Higher or lower, right? And then once you have it, you know, programmed towards through either one, you just have to make it go to. Basically, these all activate a little message, you know, to encourage people to play the game more. You know, look at this. Amazing, right? Good job, but you can do better. Okay. I mean, it's little tiny things like that that I really feel will set your level apart from, you know, it's the little extras that you can put in there. Show some personality and stuff, you know? Obviously, so it comes through this, so this is the whole final screen right here. It comes through. Boom. Shows your score. Gives you a little message. Allows you to choose, do you want to play again or not? And you select it. Takes you to the doorway. And that's it. Boom, you're in. That's it. That's it. Right? So there was one thing. Oh, just the start screen. Yeah, I just want to show you this real quick. This is still based on the same thing. Lady Lex. This is actually, I made this one before the end screen, actually. I had a real problem with lighting and stuff, you know? Like, why does it still say Plinko? I should say drop ball. I'm gonna go look at some. Anyways, Plinko start screen. Here, let me do something real quick. It doesn't say drop ball and Plinko. See, look, I don't know. It pulls from that same thing, so it's really weird that it shows drop ball there. Anyways, oh, I know exactly what it is. I made this part inside of the dream. That's why look how different it is. Classic high score arcade game, Lone Beardo. So yeah, so I mean, those are the basic screens. Some of the logic behind. Please, 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 let me know if I can make some improvements, man. I need to make some improvements. Let me know. So yeah, let's go through and play around real quick. I mean, if you like this, please come check me out in Dreams. Lone Beardo. Come follow me on Twitter. Same thing, Lone Beardo, man. I'm also on YouTube. I don't post a lot. I'm not a big streamer. But Dreams is, you know, makes me feel some sort of way. So if I'm gonna keep making things like this, I'll probably be streaming more. If you like what you see, please give me a subscribe, follow, you know, at least on YouTube, something like that, man. Let me know what you think. Alright, here we go. See this. Nice. Gives you instructions up here. Boom, 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 boom. Where are we gonna go? Where are we gonna go? Let's close these up. Boom. Let's throw it down the side. See what happens. Oh, go down the middle. This is my game. Alright. Tell the ball where to go. Here from the side. You see that? I dropped it on the side. Come back. Get the 1,000. Alright, let's try down the middle now. Those green ones are money, dude. Those green ones are really, really where you want to go. Money, money. Oh, gosh. Why does it do the opposite? Here we go. Going for the high score here, y'all. Here we go. Drop them down. Oh. Yes. No. God. 2980, y'all. Look, here's the final score. Look at this. Final score. But you can do better. Who doesn't want to play when you see that, man? You can do better. We have to play again. Play or don't play. You know, boom. Reset score right from the beginning. It's that logic right there, son. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, there's my logic there, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Again, please let me know whatever you guys think. Good, bad, but please do be nice, man. I ain't looking for some old haters. Alright? Again, yeah, check me out on Dreams, Lone Beardo. Thanks for watching, y'all. Have a good night.